Hey everybody, welcome back to where we go line by line into the Old Testament. And this is just quite interesting and fascinating. Thanks for joining me. Last video, we're in the part where Laban, who is Jacob's uncle and also his father-in-law, and they've been having a little fight, and because Jacob stole stuff and just not really a good guy, it appears. So Laban chases him down, and Laban and Jacob come up with this agreement. They say, hey, let's make a new covenant and let's use these stones as our witness. So they make a pile of stones. So that's where we are. And now we're in Genesis chapter 31, verses 49 through 55. And in verse 50, it says, Laban says to Jacob, quote, if thou afflict my daughters, or take wives besides my daughters, there is no man with us. So, there's no man with us could be interpreted as a few different things. But on the surface of it, because they're making an agreement and they're saying what is going to be right and wrong between them, is, hey, don't take any more wives besides my two daughters, because he married the sisters. Now, this is a striking sort of thing that Laban, his uncle and father-in-law, would say, because he knows, he has to have known, that his two daughters each gave him a handmaiden. Each one of them had a personal handmaiden. They gave those to Jacob as a wife and to be his sex slaves, surrogate moms. Like, that is well known. And they live together. So I don't know, is Laban just discarding those? The sex slaves don't count, or the forced marriage, those don't count? It's an odd thing for him to say, when he certainly has to be well aware of it, because they lived with each other for 20 years. And then what happens to them in this new agreement? Does that mean, I'm talking about them, the handmaidens that were forced to be Jacob's wives, are they just discarded? It doesn't say. And why is Laban not even recognizing those marriages that were forced on those women? I don't know. It just is absent. So these stone markers, that they get this pile, and they say these stones are going to be a witness. And what they agree to is that this marker is almost like a divider line. Like, Laban, you can't cross over here to Jacob's land. Jacob, you can't cross this stone pile to go to Laban if you're going to cause evil. And that's in Genesis chapter 31, verse 52. But what is the definition of evil to these people? Because when you go and you read, or just go watch our previous videos on this subject, they have slaves, they have sex slaves, they have forced women to have babies, there's full of theft, there's all sorts of deceit. Jacob tricks his father into cheating his brother. I mean, there is so much immorality. So what is their definition of evil? If they're don't cross this stone to go into the other's land, to do evil, that's the only way they can do it. But all these other things seem to be totally fine. I have to stop there, because that's a lot. Like that is, you just, I just scratch my head. I'm writing these notes. I'm going, what? Okay, I'm not sure. It leaves more confusion for me personally. And I read this and share it with you for a lot of reasons. For one, I just enjoy doing it. I'm enjoying this on my own spiritual journey and attempting to pull out nuggets of wisdom. And oftentimes I continue to find myself scratching my head in this text. But it's still really fascinating, and I appreciate you joining me. And we're going to go further into this story in the next video. So I appreciate you joining. We'll see you next time. And also, we get together every Sunday at 1:15, and you can look us up at the Mystics of Texas, where we talk about a wide array of topics that clearly Mother Nature and the infinite energies of the universe, the infinite itself, gave us to use, and how to reduce our anxieties, our fears, how to communicate better, how to listen better, how to knock down some of these divides, and really connect in our meditations. So if that appeals to you, check us out at the Mystics of Texas. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.